It is May 1894. The Delhi Baba Pass, deep in the mountains of Turkey. Frank Lenz is 27 years old. He is an American, and he is carrying a technological marvel, a bicycle, through a war zone. He has already cycled 14,000 miles. He has crossed the globe. He is only 900 miles from safety. But Frank Lenz will never finish this ride. He isn't just a tourist who took a wrong turn. He is a man who walked into a slaughterhouse with his eyes wide open. History books will tell you he was killed by random bandits for his money. They are lying. Frank Lenz wasn't just robbed, he was erased. He was a modern man with a camera, riding into an ancient empire that was busy hiding a genocide. And when you carry a camera into a killing field, you don't just vanish, you are removed. To understand why a man would ride a bicycle into the teeth of death, you have to understand what he was running from. Frank didn't just love cycling, he was fleeing. In Pittsburgh, Frank lived under the shadow of a tyrannical stepfather, William Lenz. The house was a prison of abuse and control. The bicycle? That was his spaceship. It was the only machine that could take a working-class kid and turn him into an explorer. By 1892, he was a superstar, a global cyclist. He wasn't riding a toy. His bike weighed 240 pounds fully loaded. He carried a massive wooden box camera and fragile glass photography plates. He was the Google Street View of the 19th century. He didn't just see the world, he captured it on glass and shipped it home to Outing magazine. He was conquering the planet 1 mile at a time. But this success bred a fatal disease: arrogance. Frank believed his American passport was a shield. He believed his revolver made him invincible. In China, he had fired warning shots at crowds just to clear the road. He thought the world belonged to him. He was wrong. Spring 1894. Frank arrives in Tabriz, Persia. He writes a letter home. "I am very, very tired of being a stranger," he says. You can hear the exhaustion in his ink. Everyone tells him, "Stop. Do not cross the border. The Ottoman Empire is collapsing. Sultan Abdul Hamid II is paranoid, crumbling under debt and fear. But worse, the empire has begun to solve its Armenian problem. The Hamidian massacres have begun, the precursors to the Armenian genocide. The Sultan is unleashing Kurdish irregulars, bandits sanctioned by the state, to burn, loot, and kill Christian Armenians. Frank Lenz is a white Christian Westerner, and he is riding a magic silver wheel worth a fortune straight into the hunting grounds. It wasn't bravery, it was hubris. He famously said he had German stubbornness. He believed the rules of civilization applied everywhere. He didn't realize that in 1894 Turkey, there were no rules, only prey. May 10th, Chilkanli, a small Kurdish village. This is where the timeline ends. What happens next isn't in the official police report. It's what was whispered by villagers years later. Witnesses say Frank insulted a Kurdish chieftain named Musto. Musto thought this strange man on the devil wagon was a Russian spy, a threat. Frank didn't de-escalate. He swore. He stormed out. He treated a warlord like a rude waiter. He tried to cross the river. The water was waist-high. He was slow, vulnerable. The bandits didn't just want the bike. They wanted to punish the arrogance. A single shot. They didn't just kill him. They tried to delete him. They smashed his camera. They buried the bicycle. Why? Because the camera had eyes. If Frank had taken photos of the massacred Armenian villages nearby, that camera was a death sentence. When Frank didn't come home, Outing magazine didn't send the army. they sent another cyclist, William Sachtleben. For months, Sachtleben tore through Turkey. He interrogated villagers. He dug up graves with his own hands. He found it, the bell, the tires, hidden in an Armenian village whose people had recovered them from the Kurds. But when Sachtleben looked for Frank's body, he found something else. He found mass graves, not of Frank, but of hundreds of Armenians. Frank was just one drop of blood in a sea of violence. The Ottoman Empire eventually paid Frank's mother $7,500, blood money, a diplomatic bribe to make the Americans go away. Frank Lenz's body was never found. He lies somewhere in the dirt of the Deli Baba Pass, part of the landscape he tried so hard to conquer. Frank Lenz was the first modern martyr of globalization. He believed that technology and a passport could protect him from history. He taught us a brutal lesson that we still forget today. The world is not a theme park. It does not care about your journey. And sometimes the road doesn't lead home. What do you think? Was it arrogance or just bad luck? Let me know in the comments. And for the full story on the man who went looking for him, check out the video right here.